It's what if time.
And we can rhyme.
Nah. No holds barred. What if? Hey, we're back. It's been a while, but why not?
Were you unhappy with that rhyme?
I don't have time for your rhyme.
You did the exact same rhyme. You've had all this time to think about it, and you came up with the exact same rhyme.
I don't have time to come up with the same rhyme at all.
Rhyme and time again. You see?
It's rhyme time. It's rhyme.
What else rhymes with time? Slime?
Crime time.
That's right. Crime time.
JBL's poopy.
So what if crime time were real criminals?
What if they didn't write JBL's poopy on his limo?
What if they presented Black Americans properly on television instead of making them criminals?
The what if we're covering here tonight is going to take it, and it is SummerSlam season, of course. We're headed back to 1988, the inaugural SummerSlam time period. And for those that have read Ric Flair's book, and I don't know how much corroborated the story's been, but whatever.
He's a liar.
He's a filthy, lying sack of shit. But what if, according to Ric Flair's book, he was made an offer in 1988 to jump to the WWF and have a match for the world title with Macho Man Randy Savage at SummerSlam. That's what he says in his book that came out a while ago. So let's run with it.
Did he even write that book? Or did he?
Arn, you think Arn wrote it?
I think he was drunk. Like, and let me tell you another story. And someone was just making the story.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I feel like, who knows? I mean, it's not crazy like that. Because when does JJ jump to WWF? It's after. Does he come in on and Charlie come? I'm trying to think of the timeline. Like if he could have been kind of
so hard with him because he was so not an on-screen character that like you can't.
We only did a 17-hour interview with him on Place to Be, but it was a while ago now. So,
over a decade ago, probably.
Let's see when he jumped. It wasn't until February '89. But Arn and Tully jump in like the summer of '88, I think, right?
Yeah, because they're there. They're at
September 10th is when they leave WCW. So I don't know if they were already talking or not, but so we can do it where they all jump, or we can just do Flair, or whatever we want to do. But let's say it's like July-ish, because Flair fights Luger at the Bash.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, and he wins, or I'm sure there's some tomfoolery in there. I forget. Those matches all blend for me. The Luger Flair ones.
Well, they're all great, but they all like
yeah.
They all.
That's the ref stoppage. That's the like the weak blade job one.
Okay.
Where they stop the match. Is that Baltimore? Is that the one they're on the boat? Maybe.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Maryland.
All right, so let's say so that's July 10th. So let's say Flair drops the belt to Luger and jumps to
Luger wins the big one. Luger is no longer a choker. That's number one.
He finally wins. He cashes in and wins a big match.
Wait, is it even finally though? Because at this point, like
he wins. He just wins the big one. I think it's his first title match too, because they fight again at Starrcade, right? Because Starrcade '87 was Garvin, and then he fights Sting at the Clash.
Right.
So I think this is his first big shot as like a face too. So like, because when it was a Luger Wyndham, that turn was like April, right, or something like that, and there was a Clash 1 where he turns on him. I think it is.
No, it's not Clash 1 because Clash 1.
Oh, it's TV. Yeah, it's TV. You're right.
Yeah,
but I think it's it's earlier that year. So Luger had just turned face recently. So yes, right, he just wins the big one and just wins it. So his whole career changes. So let's say Flair leaves.
Okay.
I don't think there's any summer Saturday events, so he's probably showing up on Superstars if we're doing anything. There's no Piper's Pit at this point. Brother Love, I think, just had debuted because he's at SummerSlam, and I think it's one of his earliest ones with Duggan. Let's see.
Well, I think,
June, Brother Love debuted.
That's when he debuts. I think he's gonna be with Bobby Heenan, right?
Oh yeah, right.
Like, because it kind of feels like one of these things where like Heenan can make the case that the money I made off selling Andre's contract to DiBiase,
Right.
I went and procured the greatest superstar, the greatest wrestler of all time.
Right. So Bobby brings in Flair.
Yeah.
We'll do it on the Brother Love show on Superstars.
Okay.
Or Primetime is also an option, but I think Superstars probably where they do it.
Yeah. Bobby could be hinting at it on Primetime with Gorilla.
Yeah, let me look real quick because I think 89 this summer Saturday Night Smith events. I don't think they do one in 88.
Oh, like in between?
Yeah, because I think they were off during Saturday Night Live time as well. Yeah, they go from April to October. So there's none there.
It's stupid. That's when they should do one.
No, I know. 89, they do the summer one. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That one in with the brain.
It's like you don't have to disrupt the schedule. Like, why would you
that's
just
the time to do it? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
All right, so let's say Flair comes in, Brother Love show.
Yeah.
So I think Flair Savage writes itself, right?
Yes.
I'm the best of the world. I'm coming for that title. Like, it's mine. They fight. They're gonna fight. So let's say the build is quick. It's simple because it's only 6 weeks. I mean, he'll probably make plays on Liz, right? Whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other collateral damage here. So what happens with the Mega Powers?
Well, I mean,
what happens with the Mega Bucks? I mean, Andre's done with Hogan and Savage. Well, he fights Savage in the fall, but like, it's just
not really.
So they're pretty much done anyway with each other after SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, look, at SummerSlam, if Flair is challenging Savage, you can just do the Hogan-Andre cage match, right?
Well, I was going to say, he can debut at WrestleFest.
Yeah. And beat someone.
Not televised. That's the only thing.
Right. But it'll be on a tape somewhere. Because it'll be on house shows.
Let's stick with Superstars.
Yeah, I mean, you could have him wrestle a little bit in the build-up too, like a couple of squash matches.
Yeah, so DiBiase is the one who gets the most effed.
That sucks, man. Such an amazing pay-per-view performer. I mean, what are we going to do without him?
I mean, he's kind of done anyway. So, like, you could just have him in Andre's corner.
Yeah.
In the cage match. And then, because DiBiase kind of transitions back to Hogan anyway in the fall, right? Oh, no, I'm getting confused. I'm thinking 89. So, 88, who's he with at Survivor Series? He's still...
Well, that's when
main event, right? But by the Rumble, isn't it him with Bobby's guys or no?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right, Andre's out of there, but isn't it DiBiase, Twin Towers, Haku?
I think so, but I'm gonna double check it because
am I mixing that up?
It's driving me crazy. Yeah, because it's hard. Honestly, it's hard to remember all the minutia of the Survivor Series teams. I don't think anyone's going to begrudge you. So in Survivor Series, he
Scary,
was...
though. The wrestling brain's fading.
I know. Yeah, he was with but they were transitioning to the Twin Towers.
Yeah, he's not even really feuding with them.
No.
At that point, anyway. I mean, I think he's the last guy, right? Or no, Haku's the last guy, right? Because they're chained together, and then Hogan comes in and drops the leg on Haku. All right, so I don't think DiBiase has to get to SummerSlam. We don't need Mega Powers, Mega Bucks. It's a cool match. It's a cool, memorable finish, but it's actually pretty easily written off.
Yeah, and if you wanted to include Jesse, he could referee the cage match.
Right, and then you could have Hogan just escape the cage and then beat up DiBiase in the cage after the match or something, and then you're done with them. All right, so because the other way I was thinking is, do you do DiBiase and Flair against the Mega Powers with Andre at ringside?
You could, but
it feels like that diminishes Flair.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like a fair fight in some ways. I know it sounds crazy, but like to counter Hogan, it's not Flair yet.
Right. Yeah.
You need Andre. So all
right. So Flair, Savage, and let me weave you this story.
Oh.
Flair wins.
Yeah.
And we get the Mega Powers exploding without the belt.
I'm fine with that.
So the story goes the same way. Like, They're at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
They're in the Rumble. Liz gets knocked out. They blow up,
Yeah.
and they have a huge match. And you can even still close Mania. And then you have Flair fighting someone else.
Yeah, or I like the idea of it happening without the belt. Although maybe we can throw the belt in right at the end. So, like, let's say Flair wins at SummerSlam. He's probably dropping it back to Hogan at WrestleMania 5.
Right.
And then you could...
You're not doing the Mega Powers exploding at 5?
Well, why don't you just do it at SummerSlam? Or do it, like, just push it all a little bit.
So you're dragging the Mega Powers to SummerSlam 89?
Yeah, I love that story. That story had more juice, so, like, I'm okay with it. But that's just a thought, right? Like, because who does Flair fight at WrestleMania then? That's worthy of that.
Well, like, I do have one idea. He says it's a little bit early, so they'd have to pay him to come back early, and that's Piper. Like, he returns at 5. I don't think he wrestles till September.
Yeah.
But a Piper Flair world title match under Hogan Savage, Mega Powers exploding. Because you don't need a major contender because Hogan Savage is carrying your water anyway. I was actually thinking Jake, because he's like really over at the end of 88. He could come off the Rude feud, and instead of going into Andre with a heart attack, you could do Jake and Flair for the world title. I think he's over enough.
Right.
Those are probably my top 2 options.
Yeah, it's too bad Steamboat's gone.
Do you get him just like, yeah,
unless you get him to stay, like,
and then you just run their feud in 89 there. I think
you take away the very best thing WCW ever did, or one of them, right?
Right. But when they say when he shows back up in WCW?
Well, it's in the middle of...
Oh, it's also January 89.
So, it's not insane if you're like, hey, you're gonna main event WrestleMania, or go for the title at WrestleMania.
Right.
Now, in all that, allow me to spin you this as well. Since we know the Brainbusters come in in September, are we doing the Horsemen? And who's the enforcer? I know it's not Arn Anderson. I know this is, but you get what I mean. Like, who's the big guy? And there's a very big guy, Bossman. But what about Andre? Like, as like the heavy for the...
I think he's too cooked. Like, I just don't think he fits the...
He doesn't fit at all.
I think Andre doesn't go back. I think this also changes a lot with Bobby, because, like, you got Rude in the mix. If Bobby's with the Horsemen suddenly, if he brings Flair in...
Oh, Rude's your guy in there probably then.
Yeah, but he's like another Tully.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's kind of like Luger. Maybe just make Rude more of a tough man.
Yeah, because, I mean, look, like, the original incarnation of the Horsemen has Gene and Ole and Arn, and they're very similar, right?
Yeah.
And then is it...
Yeah, it's probably Rude. Because you got... Who else in the Heenan family at that? But you got Haku.
Hercules is he been sold into slavery yet?
No, but you don't have to, because he's still a heel at SummerSlam. So I mean, instead of the Horsemen, you just have the Heenan family, and it's Flair with all these guys behind him. You probably just do that, because I don't know if they could even call him the Horsemen. I have no clue what that...
They could take anything at that point. They took everything. Junkyard Dog was Junkyard Dog. Like, they have everybody.
I know, but the Horsemen, like, that feels like copyrighted, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Because they've never done it otherwise. You know what I mean? Ever.
Nope. They
but it may be more interesting just to keep the Heenan family as like a bigger group around him.
Or he focuses so hard on, like, Flair, the Brainbusters, and one other guy, that everybody else kind of disbands.
Right, because there's like, what happens with Andre? Because he's back with Bobby by the end of 88. Does he still go back to Bobby? Perfect is a little ways out, so we don't have to probably worry about him right now.
Yeah, no,
Aku is whatever. He could have went Jimmy Hart to Slay. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. He's like whatever.
No. I could see him dancing.
But and then I think that's it, right? It's Rude, Haku. I mean, Harley's out still.
The Brawler.
Yes, the brawler.
The Red Rooster.
You can still turn Herc and feud him with DiBiase. That's fine.
Well, yeah, because you know what it is not everybody has to break off at the same time. Like Hercules could be loyal and not break off, and then get sold into slavery.
Right.
Which
well, Bobby can say I'm consolidating my assets, and DiBiase bought Andre, and that went well. So now he wants you as well. You know, whatever.
Yeah, and you know what you could do is you could actually bring Andre back into it because Andre, doesn't he buy Andre's contract back for like way less?
Yeah.
So it's like, what if he does that, and then you start sowing resentment with Andre? Like Heenan starts treating him, instead of the $1 million investment, as the $100,000 investment.
Right. I mean, I think the Brainbusters comment, I think they're aligned with Flair no matter what. So however you want to shape the rest of the Heenan family, I kind of like Rude as the enforcer, because then you could have Rude start to get jealous, and you could do a face turn with Rude at some point as well.
Yeah.
Or I think there's a world where, there could be a world where they have all the belts in '89. The Heenan family. Flair's world champion.
Yeah.
Rude wins the IC still at Mania from Warrior.
Yeah.
And then the Busters are tag champs. And he's got all the gold.
Yeah.
When we didn't mention it, I think it's too soon, but Warrior Flair at 5 is also an option.
I've always wanted to see Warrior Flair.
But I don't know if they want to beat Warrior that soon. Well, Rude beats him anyway, I guess. Because Warrior does fight Savage at MSG, I think in March, right before Mania. That's one where I think they're both champions, but I think only the world title's on the line. I mean, that's a super rocket push, but
yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see, like, is it going to affect all the way into 90? Like, is it going to take away the Ultimate Challenge?
It depends on where you want to keep Flair. Because I mean, you can very easily have him lose to Hogan and then just become like feud with Piper in the fall without the belt. I mean, he can keep busy. Like, you could do Flair Piper at 6 instead, you know?
Yeah, and then you could have him like redo Savage almost.
Or you could do Flair Rude too. You have Rude turn face at the end of 80, because he's kind of, once he loses the belt back to Warrior, he's kind of done. So you could have Flair kind of like shit talk him, and Bobby shit talk Rude for blowing it and losing the belt. Piper could still cost him, and then that transitions you to Flair. Flair guns after Piper maybe, and then Rude slowly turns.
Yeah, do you do Rude turning or do Flair turning?
Rude.
I've never seen Rude as a face.
I think he could do it, and I think like that feud with him turning on Bobby, he's got like good energy and fire. Like, I don't know, I feel like it was kind of a missed opportunity to never have him have a little face.
He would have to change his character up quite a bit though, because like the guy who's gonna bang your wife, you're not cheering for that guy.
98
in 1998, yeah, you are. But now, like in 88. It was a different time. We cheered for the guy with the stick, you know?
Because Perfect could still come in too, and then Rude could feud with Perfect, which I think is maybe where they were going to go anyway at some point if Rude didn't leave. Or
Perfect can replace Flair and the Horsemen.
Right.
Like they could oust him.
Right.
But could be anything at this point.
Well, yeah, because does Tully, do they still leave at the end of 89 with the drug test and all that, or do they stick around? Do they not rush back because Flair's here, like, and JJ's here? So do they end up staying?
Well, the other thing too is I don't know how much. Something to think about in all this is I don't know how much Vince really liked Ric Flair, right, as a performer, because he has him in 92, at 91, 92. And Flair is arguably at the top of his game. I mean, I know he's a bit past his prime in terms of physical, but like what he produces is so incredible. And still in 93, they don't have anything for him. Right?
Well, wasn't that more like Flair kind of wanted to go? Like, I don't think he was hiding it that he wanted to like go back to WCW. Like, I thought that he always kind of came in with an agreement that it was like kind of going to be month to month kind of. I don't know. Maybe I'm off on that, but.
Well, I had always heard it was like the kind of thing where like it was promised that like if ever he wasn't being used, like top of the card or whatever, then he could go kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think that was a Flair thing. I think it was more like the new generation thing. Like they wanted to
maybe
go forward with Brett and the younger guys, and they felt like he was like,
and they were just going to use him at that point to put guys over. Because I mean, at that point, that's probably
right. He puts over Perfect. He put over Brett. Like, that's my guess. I think it was probably more that than him just not liking Flair. I think he liked Flair a lot because he always kind of took care of him. I mean, he gave him like almost a year run with the belt.
Yeah,
not a full year, I guess, but no, not a year. I should say almost a full year as a main event around the world.
4 months with the belt.
Well, but around he was for that year. He's pretty much in the title.
He's the main bad guy in the promotion. But we also have to take into consideration that, like, at the time, WWF was very much a babyface promotion.
He also beats Hogan at MSG. I know it's by count out, but he does beat him.
Yeah. Because even when Savage turns heel as champion, he's only a heel champion for like a month and a half.
Right. Yeah.
And like it wouldn't have happened if he wasn't feuding with Hogan. So I think there's a lot of reasons why. Yeah, there's probably a lot of reasons why. So do you think he leaves like in like 89, 90?
I don't know, because it's like hard to say where WCW like that's a whole other coin on this. Is like, does Hurd still take? Because Hurd was his big issue. So does he still take? If he's still in power, he might not want Flair back. Maybe Watts brings him back in '92 if they stay on their timeline. Does Luger like become a big star with the title? Does he turn and lose it to Sting still? Like that's a whole other side of the fucking coin you could do. Like, what if Flair leaves WCW? Right, that becomes like
Well, Luger and Sting probably become the rivalry.
Right, because with Steamboat too, like, does he not bother? Like, does he come back and not get involved in all that? Like, what happens with him too?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
maybe he comes back. Maybe he doesn't stay in WWF. Maybe he comes back into WWF to fight. Maybe Flair tells him to come back. In '89, maybe he's like, come have a feud with me.
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to imagine. It's so hard to imagine WrestleMania 5 without the Mega Powers exploding.
Yeah, I could see them having a hard time avoiding Hogan Flair.
They for sure should run it at the Mania, like
right. But could that be SummerSlam '89 too? Could they do Hogan Flair there?
Yeah,
Hogan dispatches Savage at 5. Flair keeps the belt, and they fight at SummerSlam.
I mean, we've assumed also that Flair wins the title immediately.
Right.
What if he doesn't? Like, what if he comes in at SummerSlam '88? Like, maybe he's like the guest on the Brother Love show at SummerSlam '88, and we build him up for a year, and he faces Hogan at SummerSlam '89.
Yeah. You don't have to do Hogan. You don't have to do Savage Flair, right? Or you do Savage Flair, and Liz comes out and does the skirt. Flair gets distracted. Savage rolls him up and pins him. I mean, right? Yeah. He's distracted he's the womanizer. He gets distracted by the hot chick,
Yeah, and then he's like, I got to get serious, and that's when the Horsemen kind of follow him.
Right.
So you're doing you keep the Mega Powers and everything, right? You keep them exploding at WrestleMania 5. Flair wins the title at '89. Does he fight the Warrior at 90? Like at WrestleMania 6?
No, this is the problem. I think if he doesn't beat Savage, he's not winning it.
Ever.
I think Hogan's beating him. I don't think he's winning as long as Hogan's involved.
Oh, I see.
I don't think Hogan's winning at Mania to lose back to SummerSlam to Flair. It's not happening.
Probably not.
So you're either, if Hogan's going to lose it to Flair, it's at 90 instead of Warrior. But I think they wanted the next Hogan. I don't think they wanted a heel champion. So, no, I think he either wins it from Savage,
or he doesn't win it at all.
Right.
Well, I don't think that makes sense that he doesn't win it at all.
Yeah, I think the most logical place that he wins is right away at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And maybe the Busters debut then and help him win.
And they break Savage's leg or something. They do something really nefarious.
Right. It's one of those weird things where, Flair, I think in his book basically says it wasn't the right time. Right. I think we're kind of seeing maybe it wasn't the right time.
No, it wasn't.
I think the Mega Powers is so hot. It's like,
Yeah, it's the wrong time.
I mean, in our world, if we wanted to say we can make them do whatever we want, Flair beating Hogan at SummerSlam makes sense. Like,
yeah,
I just don't see him because you're gonna screw him again. Like, we just did it the year before with Andre.
yeah, yeah, and he doesn't lose clean to anybody except the Warrior during that era.
I can't see him laying down for Flair at SummerSlam. I mean, that's like,
did he ever lay down for Flair clean? Never, right?
No,
and this is him at the height of his powers. Like, it's not like WCW in 1995 where, like,
right.
They're booing
this
in.
is Hogan's world. Like, they are not bringing Ric Flair in and putting him over Hogan. There's not.
It's too bad. You know what's funny is I just thought about too in '89, Dusty's there, so you got that too.
Yeah, I mean that's not like he's not in time for 5, but like Dusty Flair, like you could do that at 6. Non-title, you could do that. Like if it's still Hogan Warrior for the belt.
Yeah,
I think if I'm them, I think I do. Flair wins a belt at SummerSlam, and you can even start the seeds there with the Mega Powers. Like Hogan comes out, but he can't save because the numbers are too big. Andre's got him tied up, and the Busters help debut.
Yeah,
and Savage starts to get a little angry, but he kind of lets it go. But like that could be the start of the descent. Like you weren't there for me, Or Savage says he doesn't want the help this time. You helped me at 4. Now I'm doing it on my own, and then he loses.
My time.
Did it on his own. But then you do Mega Powers explode at 5. No title needed. They fight over Liz. Like there's plenty there. You don't need the fucking belt. You know what I mean? Like if there's ever been a big blood feud in WWF history that you just don't need the belt, like that's one of them. Like you didn't really need it. Like their issue wasn't about the belt. So
well, it was a little bit. There was a little bit of it, but I think you could do it without it. Because there's a little bit about it, Savage being like, I'm the champion. I should be this and that and the other thing, right?
Right. But you can even have Hogan inadvertently cost him. Like, and Savage says he did it on purpose out of jealousy, like whatever. And maybe you can do like the Rumbles. I don't know. It depends how you want to take it. Like, could you do a Flair Savage rematch at the Rumble? And that's maybe where Hogan accidentally cost. Like, you could do that too. And then I think 5, you do a Hogan Savage non-title. You do Flair. You either bring Piper in earlier.
Or Jake. I like Jake.
Or again, I don't know when did Dusty get fired? Let me see quick. Because could you bring Dusty or you bring Steamboat in back?
Steamboat would be the best match of all of it.
Right.
Because he's not at SummerSlam. I think he shows up in late '88, right? In WCW.
Dusty, who? Steamboat?
Yeah.
Steamboat's February '89.
Oh, okay.
So he's doing nothing in '88. Rhodes got fired after Starrcade. He actually tries to launch a new promotion in February. In Florida. So you could ditch that. He shows up in June or May 29th. But he's gone from Crockett in December. So you could have him in time to do Dusty Flair at 5 easily.
Yeah. And he wins the Rumble.
Instead of Stud.
Yeah, and then he challenges. I mean, that'd be better than Stud. Dusty, and it's crazy. I mean, we kind of laugh at Dusty, but like when you look back at his run in WWF, that 89 to 91, he's consistently crazy over.
Yeah. Look, I think we improve 5. If you still have Hogan Savage main event, but you put Flair Dusty for the world title on the undercard, and that's such a good FU to WCW, like to run that match. And don't forget now, WCW is not running Flair Steamboat on the Clash opposite 5 anymore either.
No, they can't.
Yeah,
they're running Luger and Sting against it,
or Sting and Steamboat, like whatever they want to do. But I think that's kind of where I'm at on it. I kind of like that. Dusty Flair, Hogan Savage at 5, the ultimate fuck you card, and then you have Hogan beat Flair at SummerSlam and win the title, and then you still do your ultimate challenge. And then you do like either Flair Piper or Flair Rude or Flair Perfect, whatever at 90 you want to do. If you want to turn Flair face, with Rude or Perfect kicking him out of the Heenan family.
Yeah,
you can do that as the new leader. You can do that. I think another cool little match you could do, if you have Andre leave earlier, is Andre Flair at 6 is like a really cool historical, interesting match you could do.
Yep, be cool to see what Flair could do with him.
Yeah, that could be Andre. Andre turns at the Rumble on Bobby instead of 6, and then he sends Flair after him to take him out.
Yeah, and 6 technically, I mean, it would be the Brainbusters defending against
Demolition.
Yeah,
they never lose it back; they just keep it.
Yeah.
So 6 becomes Busters, Demolition. 6 could be the crumbling of the Heenan family. Like, maybe Perfect doesn't join yet. Like, he really does in real life. He doesn't join until right after 6 anyway. And Heenan's going to rebuild. So maybe you have the Busters lose the belts to Demolition.
Yeah.
Andre beats Flair in his retirement match.
Yeah.
And then maybe something with Rude. And then he resets with Perfect.
Yeah.
Right after.
Yeah. Rude helps Perfect beat Beefcake at Mania. So he doesn't.
Yeah, you can do something like that. And then Rude and Perfect is the new center of the Heenan family.
Yeah.
And then maybe the Busters and Flair leave after that. Like maybe Flair loses to Andre. Maybe you have Perfect put Perfect over him at Science Man event or something.
Yeah. Make sure we get Piper in there too at some point. Yeah.
Right. You could do Piper at the Rumble.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Now, get the time machine and let's go.
Yeah, I think, and there's probably other shit we're not. Like, it depends how much you want to bring Flair out. Like, if Flair sticks around longer, too, then you could do a proper Piper feud at SummerSlam 90.
He could join
he could fight Warrior.
He can fight Warrior. I'd love a Flair Warrior match. I've always thought that's one of the greatest dream matches we never got. I know it's kind of unconventional,
right?
But I always think about the work Warrior did with Rude and with Hogan and with Savage. And I mean, if he's doing that well with them, I think he'll do great stuff with Flair.
Right. So you could do Flair doesn't leave the Heenan family after Mania. You just have him fight Andre. Or you don't do that. You don't have to do that either. If you want to do Flair Piper there or whatever you want to do. But
sure.
And then you have Flair Warrior not at SummerSlam instead of Rude is probably a much stronger match, obviously.
Oh yeah. Doesn't have to be in a cage. I don't think the cage helped that match very much.
No.
It's odd that that's their worst match together.
And then if you really want to, like, you could have Flair, or you hold off Flair a little bit and have him be the transitional guy for Hogan and run Hogan Flair at Mania 7, the rematch from SummerSlam.
And Flair is defending Saddam Hussein?
Yes.
Good. Now, in all of this, who wins the 1992 Royal Rumble? It's no longer Ric Flair, right?
Yeah, I think it depends. I think there's so much ripple. You may not do Taker in the hold up, and the belt's not even on the line at the Rumble.
Right.
You're not doing Hogan Flair. That's the original plan for 8. That's already been done now twice.
That's it. Let's say it's still done. I think you could put the title on Jake and do Jake Savage at WrestleMania 8.
Yeah, you could do that too.
With the snake attack.
I mean, Flair's leaving at some point. He's not a lifer. So
Sid will kill him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could have Sid beat Flair, run him off at 8. I mean, you could do that too.
Shut up. You shut up. Yeah, it's the exact same setup. You can even turn Flair face and have Sid hurt him.
No, I like Sid as a face running Flair out of the company. You just got to fill the rest of 91. Do you do him instead of Slaughter then?
Well, I mean, Slaughter wins the belt, right? So
I'm saying you have Flair win it from Warrior at the Rumble or at SummerSlam. I don't know if they're only going to give Warrior for 5 months, so they probably want him a little bit longer.
No.
You do Flair at the Rumble, then he loses to Hogan at 7. And then you could kind of track his 91 a little bit. He maybe brings teams with Taker a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, does he get another world title shot on that level? Because guys didn't, right? Like when you look at the pay-per-views and who challenged, it's very rarely rematches or the same people.
Right. So you're thinking once he lost to Hogan at SummerSlam 89, he's not sniffing it again, even if it's a year later.
No. You know, if you wanted to reward somebody, what if in 91 it was DiBiase?
Right.
Like
you stick with Slaughter and just Flair's doing something else.
Yeah. Yeah, Flair could be disgusted with that. And because you don't want to mess around with Warrior Savage.
No, that's going to stay.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be the Flair perfect blow off. Like,
yep.
Flair is the face or whatever. The Heenan family blow off happens there finally.
Yeah.
If that boils through 90, because you could still do Warrior Flair at SummerSlam. He loses, and that's when they perfect kind of pushes him out, and then you build the perfect Flair at Mania.
And then Perfect wins and then is a viable challenger going forward for whoever's the champion.
And then you have Flair as a face in 91. There's some stuff you can probably do with him in there.
You know what would be really cool is if you did Hogan Flair against like Slaughter.
Yeah, you could do a tag.
Instead of the Warrior. Like that might be interesting. Face Flair and face Hogan.
At SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Well, and maybe he turns right back. Like he kind of turns face because like it's a perfect kind of pushes him, but then he like immediately fucks Hogan at SummerSlam or something, and that's when Sid is the ref, and he goes to avenge for Hogan or whatever, and then kills him at Mania, and then Flair leaves.
Yeah,
because I think the Busters are gone. They probably leave in like 90 after they lose the belts to Demolition.
Yeah,
although Arn probably stays with Flair, so I don't know, maybe not.
Who's the champion going into WrestleMania 8? Like, if you don't do the fuck finish with The Undertaker at Survivor Series and Tuesday in Texas, is Hogan still the champion? No, I'd be down for that. Like, Jake Savage in a cage for the title or whatever. Like, it's a combination of the personal and it's funny. It just so happens because that's kind of happened to Savage on his second one. It was like he just kind of got thrown into the feud and then it got personal, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, you could just do that still. And then you can still keep Savage as 92. It's just instead of Flair, maybe he just gives it right to Brett, or you have someone else step in between there.
Yeah. Or maybe Savage like starts to play more of a tweener role there for Brett.
Right. Or you could have friggin' Ramon just debut him, beat him for the belt, fuck his knee up, beat him, and then lose it right to Brett.
And then we'd have world champion Razor Ramon to actually add to the lineage.
Yeah, I think either way, I think Flair, he's definitely going by early 93, but I think in this world, Watts is there in 92. I can see him wanting to bring him back. So I think 8 feels like a good time to, it's a good like 3.5 year run.
Yeah, and he's wrestled almost all the top guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, the ones he didn't wrestle, he could wrestle on. Like, he could wrestle if we don't throw Jake in. If we do Dusty instead of Jake, then he could wrestle Jake on a Saturday Night's Main Event. Like.
Right. There's plenty of guys trying to fight, and there's a Piper match in there somewhere that you got to do.
Yeah.
I think him and Warrior at SummerSlam 90's good. That's better than that. I think him and Dusty at Mania 5 is awesome.
I love it. But you know what? You could do Piper Flair at 8.
Yeah, you could instead of Sid. Yeah, you could do that there too.
Oh, Sid, that's right. Shit.
No, and I like Piper Brett though.
I do too. But
if Piper's not injured, you could do that at 7. Because Flair, we don't have anyone for him at 7. We had said perfect. There you go. You could do Piper instead.
Yeah. Man,
or you could do Piper at 6. You could do Piper Flair at 6 too. We don't have to have him fighting Rude or whatever the hell, or Andre. Like, you could do Piper comes back. Remember, because we said that too. Like, Piper costs Rude the IC, and then that triggers like a Heenan family Piper feud, and then you do Piper Flair at 6.
Yeah.
And then Flair wins, and that sets him up to be the challenger for Warrior.
Yeah, and then he gets destroyed.
Yeah. And then at least then you've done Savage, you've done Dusty, you've done Hogan, you've done Piper. You've done Warrior. We got Sid. Like you
He's
kind of
probably broken. He probably broke Hacksaw's leg somewhere along the way.
Don't forget too, we're gonna get like some Horseman or Heenan family 6-man shit too, like him and the Brainbusters against Warrior and Demolition, or Hogan and Demolition. That could be a fun Science Man event match. Hogan and Demolition against the Brainbusters and Flair. Like that's awesome.
Yeah. Or the Rockers and somebody.
Yep.
Like that could work too.
Even like they have a fun match in '92, but it's kind of washed. But like '89 Tito versus Flair could be a lot of fun.
Oh, I love it. Tito would have a great match with Flair.
He can still go. Like that's a cool Superstars match or a Science Man event match. All right, let us know what you think. What do we miss?
Yeah.
What else is glaring? It was a fun one. Who thought we'd get 40 minutes out of it? But hey, here we are. We'll be back, I'm sure, with some of these. We got some No Holds Barred stuff cooking too. We've been rebooking 1995 as part of NoSo 95. So SummerSlam 95 is probably out by the time you're hearing this. So go back and check that out. We're going to do the fall into Survivor Series soon. And then our plan is to go right to WrestleMania 6, WrestleMania 96, WrestleMania 12, rebooking that. So, and then we're planning to hopefully bring back our world title change No Holds Bar project as well. Plus, who else knows what we'll be doing here? Listen, I want to thank everyone who subscribed. We're now over 1,000 on YouTube, which is amazing. So thank you so much. Our goal was to get there by SummerSlam. We beat it by about 3 weeks, so that was cool. So definitely thank you there, and be sure to check out everything. Continue to subscribe, share, love, appreciate it. The Dookie's been dropped on this What If episode. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Jockass.